Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with you today for another Make It Monday. Today I have this absolutely gorgeous little snowflake box, and you are not going to believe how I made this box. I'm going to show you how to make this box from this card. Let's get started. Alright guys, so like I said, I'm going to be making this beautiful little treat box out of a card. And you say, oh my gosh, Dana, how can you make a box out of a card? Well, here we go. Alright, so this is just your standard 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, and it was scored at 4 1/4, which, as you know, makes the standard A2 size greeting card. And then to make this beautiful little border, I took our Snowflake Sentiments. I can't remember what the thinlits are actually called, but it's the thinlits that go with the Snowflake Sentiments set. And I used this one right here. And I just lined it up with the edge of the paper and cut it out, and there it is. And then I had to use the pick-me-up tool and kind of poke through, you know, to get all the little doodads out of there, but wasn't that hard, and it's very cute. So there's that. And then you're going to take this card and you're going to get your scoreboard out. And I'm going to show you how to do this, and hopefully, let's see, if I keep it right there, I think we're still in line. So, alright, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put the card on the 5.5 inch side, and you're going to score at 1 1/4 inches. And then just be really careful with these right here. I'll do it again. There we go. Now, I don't like to just come from here and go 1 1/4 in, just in case. I rather turn it around so that I know it's exactly the same. And I'm going to do 1 1/4 here. And just like with that one, I'm going to be really careful going through that lacy part on top. So we're going to run it back up that way. There we go. Okay, so now we're 1 1/4 in on either side. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold the card so that the 4 1/4 inch score line is up in the edge, and that puts you at 0 here, because you're going to want to go 1 1/4 inches in from that seam there. So we're going to go 1 1/4 inches here. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and switch over, and you could have used your trimmer, your Stampin' Up! Trimmer. I just use my scoreboard because I'm so used to using my scoreboard. So what you're going to do at this point is you're going to take your middle line here, and you're going to go, actually, I'm sorry, I'm wrong here. You're going to go from the edge 2 inches, right there. And then all we're going to do is cut from the outside to the first score line, and then from the outside to the first score line. Okay, so I hope that made sense. We have the card out this way, and we're lined up with the 2 inch mark. Let me see here. Let me make sure I'm doing that right. I'm not doing that right. I was right the first time. Disregard all of that. I'm so sorry. You want to take your 4 1/4 inch score line and line it up with the 2 inches. That's what I'm doing. Okay, and then you're going to cut to that first line. Okay, there we go. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to just cut these flaps completely off. So we're going to start at the score line here and just cut in. And cut in. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and score all, or burnish all of my score lines. Let's go here. Let's go here, and then here. Okay. And now, these little square pieces on either side, those are going to be tabs. So we're going to cut on either side. And then we're going to miter those in just a little bit so that they fold easier. Remember, this part doesn't have to be perfect. It's actually going to be hidden between the two flaps anyway, so nobody's going to see it. There we go. And there we go. Alright, now let's get these off. Let me straighten this up just a little. Go. Okay, now our box is ready to be assembled. Okay, so what you're doing, like I said, is you're putting this flap in the middle, and since this is the front of your box, it's just gonna fold like this. Fold these flaps in, fold those over, and then fold these up and back like that. You see? Isn't that cool? And to think it goes from a card to a box. I thought that was the most brilliant thing I had ever seen. So I don't know if you guys were as excited about that as I was, but holy cow, that's pretty cool. So, okay, now what I want to do is I want to glue here and here. So I'm just going to take some Fast Fuse because I have some left, and if you don't, and you're more than welcome to use tear and tape, would work wonderfully as well. So I'm just going to put the glue there. And then on this one, as you can see, the decoration stops here. You don't want to go all the way up because this is going to be open. So imagine that there's this line right here where the box ends. So that's where you want your tear and tape or your adhesive to go. So don't go any higher than that. And I put one right at the fold. And then I'm going to put another one right at the edge. Okay? So on this side as well, right at the fold and right at the edge. Alright, now fold this up and stand it up straight on the box. Fold your tabs up. That helps make sure that your box is square and it sits perfectly. You don't have to worry about it being cattywampus or anything like that when you put it together sitting on the table that way. Alright, now we'll just straighten this front side up and push, and this side and push. From here we can go ahead and burnish on the inside to make sure that the adhesive is tacked down really well. We don't want our box to come apart. And there we go. Adorable, isn't it? Now, if you wanted to, you could put this decorative edge all the way around and just go ahead and put that little die piece right there. Let's see. You could go across this way if you wanted to. But the reason I didn't is because I didn't particularly like the way that it would have cut. But if you line it up right, it might, yeah, it looks like it would sit relatively how the ruffles go. I don't know. I just liked it this way. You can do it however you want to, though, because it's your box. Okay, now I've shown you how to put the box together, and for the sake of time, I have already cut and stamped and embossed and everything else. So what I have is just a strip of our fabulous ribbon with the silver trim on it, and it will actually not go all the way around and touch again in the middle. But that's okay, because I've got this piece, and this was stamped using the greeting from the Snowflake Sentiments. It's this one right here, Wrapped in the Warmth of Christmas. And I embossed it in silver, cut it out with the layering circles, and then this is our Balmy Blue. And I've just cut that out, obviously, in the scalloped circle, and then we're going to layer this over the top. So what I like to do is use a little bit of tear and tape, and I'm just going to put it right here on the end, across that one, and this end. There really isn't any reason to use any more than that, and I find that anything more than that's kind of wasteful. You really don't need it. It stays just fine doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this side off and line it up how I want it. Bring the other side around, pull the backing. Now I do want to make sure that I've got it nice and straight. So when I pull it snug and pull it towards the other side, I find that that helps straighten it up a bit. Alright, now I've already got some dimensionals on the back of this because I want to pop it up. So let me go ahead and take the backings off. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love this little box. And I made one using the October paper pumpkin kit. I got the idea from Rachel Tessman, Rach the Stamper. I'm sure you guys all know her. She had posted on Facebook making one of the cards from the October paper pumpkin kit and turning it into this box, and I thought it was a great idea. And so not only did I make one of those boxes, but then I decided to do one just out of white cardstock. So let me get the other one right quick and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, so this is what that box looks like, and as you can see, this one's a little bigger because the card on this one was a little bit different shaped, but the box is done the same way. And I just got a little treat bag and put some Lind truffles in here and tied it with some of the string that came in the kit, and then decorated it up with some of the embellishments. But you guys have heard me talk about Paper Pumpkin before, and this is what the projects were. This was the card, that I turned into this. And of course I changed the embellishments a little bit and you know, decorated it up how I wanted to for this, but I really liked it. I thought it was super cute, and it was a lot of fun, and I loved the fact that Rachel shared that with us, so of course that was fun. Here's the side-by-side. This is the card, this is the box. Super cute, right? Anyway, so you get the idea. You can use this same template, the same design for any kind of box. What if you did a birthday box, or, you know, anniversary, or Valentine's, or, you know, Halloween isn't here just yet. You could still do a Halloween box. It would be super cute. So, all right, let's get this thing finished up. The next thing that I did was stamped this snowflake and cut these snowflakes. And I want to tell you guys about the snowflakes because next month, for only the month of November, Stampin' Up! Is doing a promotion with a fantastically gorgeous Stampin' bundle. This stamp set is called Snow is Glistening, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It has some beautiful holiday sentiments. It has snowflakes galore, has these background stamps that are so pretty, but then there are also these dies, and oh my gosh, look at that. This snowflake doily is gorgeous. The snowflakes are absolutely adorable. The entire bundle is phenomenal. There's another stamp set that goes along with it too, and there is a 2-pack of white velvet paper that would be so pretty die cutting the snowflakes out of. It would be gorgeous. And then there are also some little snowflake trinkets, which are so pretty. And so I have this card. I have 2 cards here, and I'll just show them to you real quick. This is not my design. I cased this design from a gal that I saw had posted it online, but I absolutely loved it. I thought it was gorgeous. So I went ahead and cased this one the day that I got the set. So I didn't have time to play with it yet, but I went ahead and done this one. I thought it was great. So you can see here, these are the little snowflake elements, and there are 2 different designs in the package, and they're the little metal embellishments with a little rhinestone in the middle. They're so cute. And then here's that big snowflake doily, and the snow swirl right there, and then just some of our bling, and of course you recognize the Joyous Noel paper. So it was super pretty. And then this one here's using that swirl, and I don't know if this was Coastal Cabana, probably, and then I embossed it in white and just sponged over it with the dauber, and it made it absolutely beautiful. And then I just embossed in gold here. And this says, each snowflake is beautiful, sparkling, and special, just like you. And I think that is so pretty. So you guys check out my Facebook page, and keep an eye on my website, because these stamp set and dies are only going to be available through the month of November. They're not going to start yet until November 1st, so you're not going to see it listed for sale just yet. But keep an eye on my Facebook page and keep an eye on the website, and you'll see it very soon, and you'll be able to order it, and you'll just love it. So all of these snowflakes are stamped or die cut from that stamp set and the dies. So you can see they're absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I've put a full-size Stampin' Dimensional on the back of this one. And then I'm going to take this one with just a little bit of Tombow, and I'm just going to put a little glue in the middle, spread it out just a bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to kind of offset the little branches of the snowflake. There we go. And then kind of ruffle up that center snowflake just a little bit. And then flatten it back down just a little. There we go. And then I'm going to take the spatula side of my pick-me-up tool, which I love. If you don't have yours yet, you need one. I promise you, you need one. Okay, let's go ahead and pluck this off. Put it right in the middle. You see why you need one? Okay, and then I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put it right here. Stick it down. I'm going to take this little snowflake and a glue dot, and the reason I'm using a glue dot instead of a dimensional is because, number one, the center is too small to actually hide the dimensional. Even the minis are too big. But if you take a glue dot and you roll it into a ball, this is pretty genius little trick here. You roll it into a ball, it will make a micro-dimensional, that you can pop up your little snowflake. Just like that. Isn't that cool? Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of Tombow here. And I'm only doing the middles because I want to leave the edges open and loose so that they're kind of fluid and not stuck flat, you know? Okay, so then we're going to want this one to go right about there. Yeah, right about there. And then I'm going to fluff this one up a little. There we go. And then tame it down just a bit. Okay. And then I'm going to put a mini dimensional on the back of this white one. And it will show a teeny tiny bit right here, but we're going to cover it up with this one, so we're not worried about it. Alright. There we go. Okay, and this one is going to go kind of offset here. Just like that. Alright, and then we're going to put just a little drop of Tombow on this one. Offset, again, always offsetting. There we go. Let's touch that down just a little. Grab one of these beautiful little bling stones. There we go. Almost done, guys. Alright, and then one, excuse me, one right there. Now, the good thing about those glue dots too is that if you don't like what it's doing, excuse me, if you don't like what it's doing, you've got a minute to move it. There we go. Now I'm going to get the cough. So, I reckon with that said, I'm going to say, what do you think? I hope you guys like it. I hope that you try this technique and make your own boxes. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Please make sure that you check me out on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.